are you going to avoid getting the problems?
Okay.
Personal hygiene.
Personal hygiene, okay. We're talking about personal hygiene. We're talking
Wash your
about don't get
face.
dirty. What else? What else? They like to remain clean.
Yeah.
They like to be really clean. What it means for us. And I want to take a kind of lesson. Is how important it is for us to be clean. To be pure. How important it is for us to have a pure, clean understanding, knowledge. How important it is for us also to really defend what we believe, what we have in our mind. Few years ago, I don't know if I share with all of you this one. One of my colleagues, she was teacher in the university also, and one day she came like walking like that. Painful. What happens, my sister? I don't know. I just start to feel really painful in one hand of her leg. And then after 1 week, she was going up on the school, holding the
stairway.
the what, my brother?
The stairway.
Good. So it was not. She was not able to go up. Well, few months later, she couldn't stand up. And then she went to America, to the United States, and they made some studies. And then she had some kind of, I don't know the name, you know the sickness of that brother choking, Stephen choking? Stephen choking? Huh?
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking. What was his, what is the name of his?
The one that you can't move.
Yeah.
I know it's, but it's not coming to me.
Paralysis?
MS. MS?
Yeah, I think multi that he cannot move,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
only he can talk using the eyes like that.
Paralysis.
MS.
Multiple sclerosis.
Yes, multiple and something like that. So this was the problem with my colleague. After 1 year, she couldn't walk. After 1 year, she couldn't do anything according to the understanding. But then she started to learn how to talk with her eyes. And even like that, we received a couple of messages from her telling us that she was enjoying. She was writing some books. And even she published some books in her situation before she passed away. And then in one of her messages to my wife, she said to my wife, Adriana, now what helped me to be strong is what I have hold, because my mind is working well. My mind is working well. And she was proud to mention it to my wife. So then she said, please, don't forget to teach well to your children. I hope one day I can see both of you. This was the last message from Raquel. She passed away last December after suffering against it. But one of the points that caught my attention was my mind is still working. And even without couldn't talk, she were able to talk in the sense, only with her eye, she were able to communicate and to do things for God. My question now to close is, how important for us is to purify and to clean our mind with good things? What are we putting in our mind, family? Because we don't know the future. We don't know what will happen. But what are we feeding our mind? In which way are we feeding our mind? That is why it's very important, family, that we, as youth, family, as young adults, as adults, to pay attention, to consider what we are putting in our mind. What kind of thing we watch, what kind of thing we see, what kind of thing we listen. And that is very important, family, that we can, nowadays, that we are really conscious to pay attention in the way how we are feeding our mind and our soul. I would like to invite all of you that we can ask God, help us to purify our mind in the way that also we can be proud and defend what we have in mind, even if we have to pass away, even if we have to die for it. This beautiful animal, he preferred to die, but he will not change what he has in his mind. I need to be clean. I need to be clean. For us also, we have to remain. I need to be clean. I need to purify my mind, even if I have to pass away or if I have to die. Brother and sister, may God bless all of you. There is a verse, Matthew 5:8. Blessed are all those who are clean of their heart. Because what? They will see God.
Amen.
May God bless all of you.
Amen.
Any comment, question?
Yes. As you were talking, and my mind went to a verse I cherish most in Proverbs 4:23 says, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. And when you go to Habakkuk 1:13, it says, thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and cast down off. Sorry. Who can read for me? Can you read for me? Good reader. Habakkuk 1:13. Habakkuk 1. Okay. Can somebody read for me?
Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that do treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he.
You ask us if we have input. You know, when we guard the avenue of our minds, we will protect ourselves from siphoning those things that are not of pure eyes in the eyes of God, especially in this age. May we guard the avenue of our hearts, because in them there are issues of life. And may we lift our youths. Each day may we lift the youths to the throne of God, because they will take up the mantle of leadership when we are no more. The youths are like uranium. And you know what uranium, that mineral is. If you can get 1/10 of it, can form an atomic bomb that can explode the world. That is the heart of the youths. May we give them the support they need, especially in this church. And may we pray for them.
Thank you, my sister. Brothers and sisters, if we have some issues, we have some challenges with our thoughts, behavior, there is also a wonderful verse in Psalm 51:10. 10. Create a pure heart in me, O God, and put a new and loyal spirit in me. May God bless all of you. Let's pray together. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for your call to purify our mind, our heart, to clean, to allow you to clean everything that we have in order that we can be pure to you. We want to ask your forgiveness, and we would like, oh Lord, to ask you to give us the strength that we can always be faithful to you. It doesn't matter what is happening around us. We want to be faithful to you until your second coming, because we want to live with you. May you be with us. In His name we pray. Amen. Thank you, family. Nothing can separate us from the love of God.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Pastor, for the wonderful message. It was more than I really imagined it would be. That was the message for the brain, for the mind, the spirit, the spiritual part, what we need to feed it. Now we're going to shift to the physical part. You know, there's the mind, and then there's the brain, right? There's the psychological part, and there is also the physical, the anatomy, right? Okay. How are you?
Good.
You're still up for this?
Yes.
I'm gonna try my best. Well, I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor, but I'm someone with a lot of passion for these kind of things, and because I am, of course, the leader of the health department, it is my duty to create awareness. So this is meant for awareness purposes, educational purposes. If I say something and you feel like, oh, I'm experiencing that, it's not a diagnosis from me. Do your research, talk to your doctors. Yeah, and most of the things that I'm going to say is available online. If you like listening to lectures, it's also available. Adventist doctors, non-Adventist doctors, a lot of information there is. So, Alzheimer's, Alzheimer's disease, I like to look there, is that okay? And I'm gonna try to make it interactive. And because, I have to be honest, because I am not an expert in the field, I'm going to read instead of everything coming out of my mind. Yes? And no questions at the end. I am the one who's going to ask questions. Okay, Alzheimer's disease and type 3 diabetes. To be honest with you, I just found out what type 3 diabetes is recently. And I didn't know it even existed. Anyone who knew? You know type 1, you know type 2. Doctors talk a lot about it, and we might personally know people who may be having those, right? Anyone? Type 3 diabetes? Nobody. Oh, that's nice. I mean, not nice, but it's good that at least now we're gonna know what it is. Okay. And this one is forward? Yes. Now, before we go into the study of what Alzheimer's is really and what it does, I want us to know the difference between mental health and brain health, because the two are different. Yeah? We have Alzheimer's, dementia, and so many things, but there is a difference between mental health and and brain health. Thus, mental illness and brain illness are different things, even though they are connected. So mental health, according to physicians and scientists, it is emotional, psychological, and social well-being. That is clear, yeah? So mental illness then will be health condition involving the emotion, thinking, and behavior. What is brain health? Brain health is the dynamic state of the brain's anatomy and physiology that can be measured and experienced. Is the difference clear? Okay. Now, Alzheimer's disease. Before I go back to the slide, question: what is Alzheimer's disease? We already started last Sabbath with a nugget. If we participate fast, we can use the time more effectively. So I encourage you to participate.
Alzheimer's disease is something that your brain going to have a lot of brain going to be small,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a lot of
Holes?
Holes, yeah, okay, that's correct. Isabella, you know what Alzheimer's disease is because on Friday she had a school presentation, a 1-minute presentation, and she apparently chose to present Alzheimer's in front of her class. It was only a 1-page, but you know what Alzheimer's is. You may say it in Dutch if you want.
It's disease that you forget things.
It's a disease that makes you forget things. Welcome, Krasi. Feel at home. It's been a long time. Yes. Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease. You know what neurodegenerative is? Neurodegenerative means something that progresses through time. Yeah? Okay. And it's a physical disease of the brain. So it's not an emotional or psychological disease, but it's physically affects the brain. It means you can, with, of course, autopsy and scans, look at the brain and say, okay, this is Alzheimer's. And another word that we frequently hear is dementia. Who knows what dementia is? It's already on the screen. It's a set of symptoms that includes memory loss, difficulty thinking and problem solving, and language, etc., etc., so many things. So if you see old people that are not able to remember anything, and you know they are really not able to take care of themselves, they can't swallow their saliva and all those things, they are already in the state of dementia. So Alzheimer's is one of the diseases that causes dementia.
Okay.
There are many, many more that cause dementia.
not only old people get it, it's only
No.
young people also.
It's not only old people, that's correct, yes. Okay, now our brain is made up of billions of nerve cells that connect to each other. In Alzheimer's disease, the connection between these nerve cells is lost. So when the nerve cells die, the brain tissue is lost, leading to brain shrinkage, and that's what Sister Hannah was trying to say. So that's what happens. The nerve cells die, and the tissue is lost, making the brain become smaller. It's not, we can't see it from the skull because our skull is hard, right? The brain is what is inside our skull. Now, type 3 diabetes. It is only a research term. That's why it's actually recently starting to be used, so that's why you have not heard of it and I have not heard of it. But it is a research term sometimes used to refer to Alzheimer's disease. And we're going to see why scientists or doctors want to refer to Alzheimer's disease as type 3 diabetes. Now, okay, let's define or try to understand what type 1 is and what type 2 is, and then we will come to the type 3. Now, well, okay, let's do the type 3. The type 3 is linked to insulin in the brain. We know that diabetes is linked to insulin, right? Every time we hear the word diabetes, we know, okay, insulin is the next word that comes, right? Also because some people take insulin injections and so on. Okay, now, who knows what type 1 diabetes is? That's correct, you are born with it. You are born with it, so that's really due to genetic condition.
They say you cannot cure the disease.
You cannot cure the disease? Okay, what else?
you have to be on medication for it.
Okay, yeah, these are all correct answers, and it shows up very early in life. Yeah. What about type 2 diabetes?
That one you cause yourself.
Hmm?
Usually it's when you cause it yourself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What else?
Maybe it can be cured. That one.
Okay, there's so many answers to it. So she's right. It's mainly due to lifestyle. Yes, and it develops over time. So type 1 diabetes, you can start when you're still small, but the other one can develop over time, or to start when you're small, you know. Okay, now type 1, the immune system attacks and destroys insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. That is type 1 diabetes. What causes it? I'm going to repeat. It's when the immune system attacks and destroys insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. And type 2 diabetes is when the body is unable to make enough insulin, or the insulin produced does not work properly, leading to insulin resistance. So these are the different things. The other one is attacking itself, so it's not producing at all. And this one is producing, but not enough. And if it produces, it's not working properly. What is insulin? I asked Hans what insulin was. Normally we give a funny answer. He gave a right answer. Actually, I don't remember the answer. That's not good. Huh?
It's some stuff in your blood that controls sugar.
Okay, that's a funny answer. Yes. Okay. What is insulin? A little bit more scientifically, like, you know. You can't say it's something in the needle that people inject, then it's not an answer, right?
It's not what keeps your hormones in balance.
Okay, yes. What
Yeah,
else?
only for women.
No.
Oh.
What does it do? What does it do? Insulin.
It's the medication that regulates the distance.
The data magnitude.
Sister Dorothy is correct. Mm-hmm.
Usually when you have the diabetes, it could be taken 2 times a week or 3 times. It's a medication that regulates the
Insulin.
yeah, that's
Because the body is not producing it, or not. So we get it from outside source, yeah? And what does it do? Yes. Someone here said glucose?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Insulin is a hormone. It is a hormone. Where is it produced?
In the pancreas.
In the pancreas. And it's a hormone that helps carry glucose or blood sugar to the muscles, fat, and cells for energy. That's what insulin is. Okay? There it is. Now, what causes Alzheimer's? That is unknown. To say, okay, this is the reason, you know? Like what? Let's say yellow fever is caused by mosquitoes. Yeah? There's a definite answer to that. But for Alzheimer's, it is unknown. But gene and lifestyle are believed to be the main reasons for it. Now, genetic testing is available, by the way, to know whether you carry or I carry the genes of Alzheimer's. It is possible to know that. And it is called, I'm not going to ask you to tell me an answer for that. It is called, yeah, that's what it's called. That's what it is. There are different kinds. There's APOE4, different numbers that come after it. But this is the testing that can be done to know whether we carry the Alzheimer's gene or not. That's a complicated, broad subject. You can find out about it. You may not need to do it too. Yeah? If we follow the counsel of a healthy lifestyle, it may not be necessary to do that. And actually, the testing is point. That's what I did because I want to stress this part. The genetic testing is to know if it puts you in the category of high risk. Yeah? Not everyone who has it will necessarily develop Alzheimer's disease. Okay? It's not necessarily that you will have it. but you have a higher risk then, yeah? Okay. Even though the exact reason is not known, through years of study and research, scientists and physicians have found out that there are several reasons that cause Alzheimer's disease. And these are genes, age, family history, immune system problems, environmental factor, and other diseases. Now, what are the symptoms of Alzheimer? Just to participate, I know you know it. Keep participating. Memory loss, forgetting things. Disorientation. To what?
Oh, like it's the same with forgetting things, but you can also be disoriented in the area that you're at.
So, to time and place.
Yeah.
People with Alzheimer's or dementia also forget what time it is, what season it is, what day it is. They don't know, they just leave, you know. It's actually very sad.
They are also developing phobia. That if you are about to kill them,
Yeah.
and they will raise that idea that somebody is haunting them. These are
And that
disease play in their minds.
That is problem with abstract thinking. You know, they can't really think properly. Yes.
And they will tell you that you are coming to kill them.
Yeah, and they have also language problems, so they're not able to express what they are feeling and what they want to say. That's changes in behavior, in mood, and personality, and they don't have any initiative to do anything, you know. And they also ultimately leads to, like, they will not recognize their own family and their friends, you know. Oh, that's what it is. Everything has been said. Precisely, yes. Symptoms, more symptoms. Loss of ability to recognize people. Depression is a symptom of Alzheimer's. Actually, that's a very important point. Depression can, not always, can be a symptom of Alzheimer's. And sleeplessness. It's not good. Now, in one way or another, we are all affected by cognitive decline. Whether you want to, that sounds such a nice term to say, but it is a scary one. But we are all affected, one way or another, by cognitive decline. I'm not functioning as sharp as I used to a few years back. I don't know about you. I really don't know about you. That's a cognitive decline. I'm not as sharp as I should be, at least. Not that I'm getting older or anything, but I'm not as sharp as I should be. Yeah?
Me too, everybody.
Everyone, yeah? So one way or another, we all suffer from a cognitive decline. Now the good news is most of the time, these reasons that cause the cognitive decline are identifiable and possibly treatable. So if I would confess, for example, one of my weaknesses could be that I'm not reading as how I should be reading, right? Maybe because of preferably screen time and I don't know.
Yeah.
And what else? Let's be honest. Yeah, what could cause our cognitive decline? You don't have to answer it. You can answer it to yourself. You know, what is doing this to me? Now, is it great if it can be prevented?
Yes.
Is it great if it can be reversed?
Yes.
That's the hardest part, reversing. Now, you know what I heard one man say that the sad thing about this disease is that it is affecting personhood. That it is actually easier or better to ultimately die from cancer or other diseases than dementia. Because at least when you have other diseases, I'm not promoting other diseases, that's clear, yeah? At least you recognize your family, you know who's holding your hand, you know who's taking care of you, you can say thank you, you can appreciate, you know, by knowing. And to be honest with you, I don't know what people with dementia feel about God and how they communicate with God. How if they forget everything that God has done for them at that point. I don't know really. But It is a disease that affects personhood, and that makes it very sad. It takes away our who we are, you know? And that's why actually I really want to raise awareness about this, because it's very important. It's really important. But the good news is, according to doctors, nearly everyone can lower their risk by living a healthy lifestyle. This is not only Seventh-day Adventist doctors or Christian doctors. Even others say that by living a healthy lifestyle on a plant-based diet, you can lower your risk really, really well. There was a research done in England on 200,000 people. And some of these people lowered their risk, significantly lowered their risk. And you know what? Those people that lowered their risk, wake up. Those people that lowered their risk did not smoke. We're not talking about a Christian community, okay? They did not smoke, regularly exercised, ate a good diet. In this case, they ate 3 portions of vegetables and fruit per day. They ate fish twice a week. Well, the Adventist diet is a plant-based diet, so I'm not going to promote and say you should eat fish twice a week. It's about the omega in the fish. So we should know where we can get our omegas from. Yeah? They ate no processed food or meat and almost had no alcohol. Almost had no alcohol. That's the research. That's the honest research, yeah? Which is for them in the world, for people in the world. Yeah, it works. So we have more hope. Right? We have more hope. Actually, the Adventist community around the world, who knows about the blue zones? We know the blue zones. They're one of the longest living people on earth. Yeah, okay.
Japan.
Yes, also. There are 5 regions.
So there was a new study that Adventists live longer because they keep the Sabbath actually.
Because they rest.
Yes.
Yeah. The nugget from this morning is when you sleep, your brain is detoxifying itself. When you rest. Yeah. Okay. Now, there is evidence that links cardiovascular disease as a risk factor in causing Alzheimer's. The common stimulus between these two is inflammation and oxidative stress. I don't know if I have it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The common thing is inflammation, oxidative stress, and oxygen deficiency due to poor blood flow. Oxidative stress. Who has heard this term before? It's also a term that we really need to know. Brother Joel knows. He knows it. Hans knows also, and I know about that. Yeah? It is an imbalance between the production of free radicals. What are free radicals? It's an oxygen-containing molecule that has 1 or more unpaired electrons. This is very scientific. And I don't know, are there any doctors here or anyone in the line of nutrition or psychology, psychiatry?
Those are the language of the chemistry.
Yes.
Chemistry in the school.
Yes, so it's just for us to know the definition, yeah? So oxidative stress is imbalance between the production of free radicals and the ability of our body to detoxify their harmful effects through neutralization by antioxidants. So free radicals are harmful to our body, and we can only get rid of them through antioxidants. That's the point. And people with heart problems and people with Alzheimer's have this thing in common. Now, cardiovascular disease impairs the blood flow, denying the brain the oxygen that is important to its function. Hans?
Oxidative stress is sometimes also caused by the food you eat.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, there is this healthy linseed oil, but if it's exposed to light and oxygen, it starts oxidizing, you know, creating free radicals in the body. It's a very healthy oil, but if it is not consumed within the right period of time, it's causing harm.
So oxidative stress happens in our body due to when we consume this unhealthy linseed, they are considered to be free radical, causing free radicals to take place.
Free radicals, but the problem is if you don't have the ability anymore to clean them out rapidly enough.
Okay. Okay. It's clear what he said? Preventive and nutritional remedies are effective for this. Okay? Such as antioxidants to reduce oxidative stress, that is like eating linseed, what we eat, and omega-3s also reduces blood pressure. Now, I believe that it is important we are educated about these things. Do you believe that?
Yes.
It's good to be educated in these things, right? Because the hospitals, the doctors, they're not going to tell us. The pharmacies, they're not going to tell us. Yeah? Okay. Now, so in order to do this, what does it mean to be educated in this? It has to bring a result, right? And that's the hardest part. Something has to change, right? Something has to change, and it's our food culture has to change. When you go to the Albertine or the Lidl, Aldi, doesn't matter which supermarket, yeah? What is most of the products you see? Processed. It's processed food. Most of it is processed. And it's very interesting how much space the natural food takes. Very small. And I don't know about you, but us as a family, when we go shopping, sometimes we do buy processed food. Yeah? And but most of the time we buy the same thing over and over again. Like we choose the best that we can afford. Sometimes it's not everyone is able to lead the same lifestyle, in that way. But it's most of the shelves are skipped. I'm sure it's the same for you. I don't believe there's anyone here who just buys everything they see, right? It's very interesting, actually, Most of the shops, we just skip it. And many times I've asked Hans, is there really someone that buys all of these things? And every time we walk into the supermarket, it's fully stocked. What's wrong? This is how much we eat. It's a lot, I don't know. It's processed food, artificial flavoring, artificial coloring, and what else? Low fiber. These are the food that we can find. And guess what? It's becoming more and more, yeah? More brands, more business, more this, that. And you know what? In 2050, I said it also this morning, Alzheimer's disease is expected to
Quadruple.
What does quadruple mean?
Times 4.
Times 4. Yeah, times 4. And Alzheimer's is a slow, progressive disease. It starts when we are young.
Are you?
Different for different people. Depends if you have the genes that put you at risk, your lifestyle. I think it's all the risk factors we mentioned, it depends on that. But it starts when you are young. So if there's anyone here older than 20, your job is to reverse and not to prevent. Which means you have to work harder to be serious about it. Yeah? Because it takes 20 to 50 years before the symptoms start to come. I know.
Another 10 years.
Really? No, that's too young. No. We need to help her. Remember, we have hope, right? Right now we don't feel, as life goes on, we don't feel like everything is fine. I know you, you know me, we're eating what we want sometimes, and sometimes what we should, and with our children we struggle at home. No, you're not gonna eat this. No. Sometimes we make the mistake of buying what we shouldn't be buying and bringing it in the house, and because we don't want the money to be wasted, we have to eat it. Well, that's true for me. For example, sometimes I buy ice cream, and then I'm like, okay, I regret. Why did I buy it? Really, I regret. I I feel so bad. And then when I was chosen to become the health department leader, the first thing I thought is like, I said to her, God is trying to turn me back, because we used to be vegan and we used to health, everything, and then slowly I started compromising, and it's my fault because I'm the one who's cooking and buying the things for the family. So look how she's looking at me. Really? And and I regret, and then in order for it to be finished, okay, finished, and then it might take another few weeks, and then tempted again or pressured by them, or really it happens, yeah? I don't know about you, but for me it's like that.
Stop pressuring your mom.
So we were vegan, and Hans actually enjoyed the vegan lifestyle, I believe. And he decided to plant, the past 2 years, he decided at the season beans, and we have so much beans at home. And sometimes I get tired of cooking beans. In order for the children to eat the beans, I have to fight. You have to eat the beans, but you're not making it nice. They don't like it. But then later, I started buying chicken. I'm telling you the truth, right? Yeah. Chicken, yeah? And I know how to cook chicken very nice. Very, very nice. And she loves it, and she also knows how to cook. Very nice. Now, I stopped buying chicken, okay? I said, we don't eat meat a lot, okay? This is really once in a while, okay? So don't think that we're meat eaters. No, we're not meat eaters. And actually, we're blessed because most of you know that we have a garden, and during spring and summer, we eat our own vegetables, we freeze. We're still eating our own tomatoes and our own beans and zucchini, onions, yes. And frozen, yeah? So I feel blessed, actually. But sometimes I was buying chicken. We never buy the cow meat or anything, yeah? But guess what? When I was chosen to become a health department leader, I really got, my head was like, what am I going to do about this? Because we're Adventists and we promote plant-based, whole food, yeah? Plant-based diet. And I said, how am I going to stand and tell people that they should not be eating meat because it's not good for their health? We really need to be clear as Adventists why we shouldn't be eating meat, yeah? We know. But the thing is, we have heard people say it is sin. But we really need to be careful what we call sin and what we don't call sin. It's not a matter of sin that separates us from God. That's not what we're talking about. But it is, we live in a time where meat is not healthy because it's not clean. It's not, yeah? It's the hormones and antibiotics all are injected into these animals that is affecting us, and that is the reason. I forgot his name, but there's this famous doctor, he said, I forgot his name, he said that when, for a person, the meat that we eat, the cow, have taken more antibiotics than we were ever combined take the rest of our life. So when we eat meat, that's what we are eating. And that is the reason why we don't promote meat or flesh food. Like in the blue zones, Adventists, they eat eggs, but minimum, yeah? Vegetarian diet. That is actually the Adventist diet. It's a vegetarian diet, yeah? Even though there are so many that are advocating for whole plant-based diet. Some are arguing because plant-based diet means it's just a lot of plants and minimum of the other things. But plant-based diet is like saying vegan. The problem with saying vegan is we know that there is something else associated with it. Like in the world, people who are vegan, they don't eat honey or wear leather, there's a whole lot of things about it. But my job, my duty as an Adventist health department leader is to say Adventist diet is a plant-based diet, it's a vegetarian diet. That is what it is. Let's continue. I got taken away by that. Now, the liver. No. There is evidence that suggests that Alzheimer's starts in the liver. Have you ever heard the saying, the stomach is the second brain?
Yes.
Okay. Alzheimer's starts in the liver. How can that be? Why would it make sense?
Because your liver cleans out your system.
Okay, that's correct.
You first and foremost ask Mrs. Moderator, Mrs. Moderator. You first and foremost ask what is the function of the liver.
Yes, okay. Our liver, how many functions do you think the liver has?
Clean your body.
How many?
Two major.
Two major, Sister Dorothy, what are they?
All the chemical reactions is in the liver, and they transport all the wastes. Those are the two
Correct.
functional this thing of the liver. Unfortunately, I lost my elder sister.
Yes.
She was buried 2 months ago. And when you find out after they diagnosed her with the cancer, they found out that the tumor was on her liver. And this was a woman who was very agile, very healthy, and all whatnot. But when the liver was affected, she was already vegetable. Because the liver could not function. She drinks water, everything will be. She will have the water retention, the fluid retention in her body. But when that particular organ is affected, every other organ in the system is collapsed.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very vital organ that we must be very careful how to keep it and not to damage it. Because you cannot go to liver transplants. They tried it on her. They suggested, but how can you? A very soft tissue. How do you transplant it? It was a no-go area. So every part of our body, every organ in our body is very important. But these are the most.
That's correct.
Question. Who is more prone to suffer Alzheimer, woman or man?
It's believed women.
Because I heard somewhere that women have bigger livers in comparison with men.
Liver?
The liver, yeah. That the liver is bigger for women. And yeah, so I thought.
Well, I don't know because I have. I warned them, no questions. But no, it's okay. But I don't think it is connected with the size of the liver. It's rather with the function, how well it functions. I don't know. But let's look to it, yes? Why we women are more prone to Alzheimer's. How many functions do you think the liver has? Antoni answered it, he guessed the answer, but he answered it yesterday, I asked him. 500. Our liver has more than 500 functions. But we're going to look at only a few of the major ones. Functions of the liver is very interesting. Is it visible for you?
Yes.
Can we read it together?
Yes, we can.
Filters all of the blood in the body, breaks down poisonous substances, removes waste from the bloodstream, produces bile. What is bile?
A fluid that helps digest fat and carry away waste.
Regulates blood sugar levels, creates essential nutrients, resists infection, stores vitamins and minerals, processes glucose, and cleanses amyloid
Plaques.
so that it does not spread to other parts of the body. Now, this last part is the main thing that connects it to Alzheimer's disease, the amyloid plaques. That is the main connection. What are these? They're also known as beta amyloids. Yeah? I'm going to read it from here. It is a protein that builds up in the spaces between the nerve cells to form plaques. And when it builds up in twisted fibers, it creates tangles, reducing the production of brain chemicals necessary for communication between nerve cells. That's quite a complex sentence, but we know that it is a protein and builds up in the spaces between the nerve cells in our brain. And what is the job of the liver? It's to clean this. So when the liver is not functioning well and it's not cleaning it out properly, then it can spread to other parts of our body, including the brain. So like what Sister Dorothy was saying, if our liver is compromised, for example, like what her sister has, even though it was a cancer, a lot of people can have liver problems, like fatty liver, and diabetes, metabolic problems. All these are causing the liver to compromise it so that it does not do what it's supposed to do. So now, going back to Alzheimer's, in order to protect or prevent the damage that can come to the brain, what we must need to do is to attack the things that damage it, the diseases that damage it. Yeah, we have to focus on so many other things outside of our brain. What can be done? I'm going to show you a slide. Oh, it's there. Oh, thank you. I forgot about that one. We're gonna look at slides now. And I hope it's okay. We are all adults here except Anthony. And
You've seen them already.
He's already seen them. I'm so close to the door. I'm a little bit scared for that. Keep the door. Slides. These are popular slides. You may find them also if you search. This is the first one. This is just randomly from Google.
Okay.
You see, there's behind. Oh, okay, slide. You see this one? My right hand, my left hand doesn't function well. You see this one?
Yeah.
That's the healthy brain, as you can see it, and this is the shrunken brain with Alzheimer's disease. And the plaques that we were talking about, see them? These are plaques. A healthy neuron will look like this. But with plaques, it's like this. Actually, this is when it's zoomed. It's on a scan or something like that. We're going to look at slides. Is it visible? Is it visible?
No, dear.
Because I really want to show these slides. These are not animations, I mean, these are really
Real person.
people's brains on a CAT scan on the brain. Is it visible?
Yeah. Yes.
Is this one? Doesn't turn off? This one doesn't turn off? Now it's visible, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is a healthy brain, both, okay? This is the surface view, and this is an active view, meaning what's happening within inside. Of course, all of you know what that means. This is a healthy brain. Oh, wait. This is a healthy brain, on the surface, of course. And this is a brain affected by 2 strokes. See the difference? This is a normal brain, and this is a brain that is affected by traumatic brain injury. Healthy brain with drug abuse. It's affected by drugs. Healthy brain, this is the active brain inside, not the surface. And this is OCD. You know what OCD is? Obsessive compulsive disorder, yeah? This is healthy, affected by a seizure. When there is a seizure activity inside. You see how much the rate? Yeah. A depressed brain. And this is a depressed brain looks like that. This is Alzheimer's brain. Normal? Alzheimer's. It's sad actually, it kind of tries to bring tears into my eyes, to be honest, because it is very sad.
It's very sad, yeah.
This is about a story of a lady who was affected by Alzheimer's disease, and her brain was like this. And she got treatment by a very famous doctor who also took these brain scans. Yeah? All of the slides I'm showing you. And he gave her an intensive treatment with lifestyle and exercise and all those things. This is how her brain healed. So this is...
And not in all cases. There are those who are not fortunate.
There are those, of course, yes. There are those who are not fortunate, especially when the intervention is not done early.
Yeah.
Well, this is a healthy brain and an Alzheimer's age brain at the age of 59. That's very young. Yeah. Tell me if you want me to remove the slide away.
No, it's just...
We are being educated. And I
Okay.
love this kind of study, so that we have to put our houses in order. The
You know?
area the best.
Yes. Traumatic brain injury. What can we do about this one in order not to get that? To protect our heads. Yeah? Simple. Take care of our children, babies, that they don't fall. Sometimes babies fall at a very young age. When they get older, it affects them. So there could be so many reasons as to why a person could start developing Alzheimer's at a young age, including childhood failing or being playing football or those kind of things. What do we do for this? Don't take drugs. I know no one here takes drugs, but we may have friends or family that do. We tell them, that's not good. With OCD, you know what? The brain of an OCD, a person with an OCD, it's common, by the way. It's a brain that does not turn off. It's a brain that works very hard. So relax. Turn the switch off. Seizure. I can't go into seizure. Epilepsy people. The brain of an epileptic person is also very active. And depression. What do we do for depression?
Seek medical help.
Depression has a very high and low. You see the activities are also high, also low. The brain is almost all the time. We think depression is like this, yeah? It's the body that's like that. Inside is so much going on. We should get, of course, if we are clinically depressed, or if we know someone that is clinically depressed, meaning they have to go seek help from a doctor, or elders or pastors from church, really, and try to figure out what the problem is, because I can tell you from experience, depression is not good. And yeah. Okay. Next. So we have to trust the doctors that are telling us these conditions can be reversed. Isn't that good? It can be reversed. For many, if they start early. Yeah? Otherwise, we have to accept life as how it is, and we now have to start hoping one day when Jesus comes, we are going to be renewed, restored, and we will be able to be whole again. In a more advanced, we're going to have a more advanced, holier brain. Yeah. Now, let me look at the time. Okay. There are reasons for damage to happen in our brains, and you can turn on the light if you want. Yes. And the intervention that needs to be taken. If the reason is genetics, what should the intervention be? If possible, get tested and work harder. 3 times harder than when you would not have been at risk due to genes. Yeah? I think it's clear what I mean, yeah? When it's caused by poor blood flow and hypertension, or should be no exercise here. The intervention needs to be exercise, avoid stress, avoid caffeine, drink a lot of water. And when the cause is inflammation, and we have low omegas, and we need to omega-3 fatty acids, we need to eat foods with, that have high fiber, like broccoli, rosemary, etc. I know here all of us are aware of these things. And when the cause is the plaques, then we need to use turmeric. It's very good for that. And avoid rusted materials. I'm going to tell you something. Who knows Dr. Neil Bernard here? Anyone who knows Dr. Neil Bernard?
From Trinidad?
He comes on 3 a.m. I'm not sure if he's a Seventh-day Adventist, but he associates with Seventh-day Adventists a lot.
He has a health program?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has his own organization also, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, he's a very nice doctor to listen to. I got most of my information from him. And he's also the one that said the genes of Alzheimer's disease is not a destiny. So his famous statement. A lot of doctors may say it's a destiny. Once you have it, it's okay. But he says it's not a destiny. The genes that give us our eye color, hair color, skin color, those are definite. We can't do anything about it. But the genes that give us Alzheimer's is not like that. It can be reversed. We can do something about it. When head injuries or stroke, then you need to protect the head. Maybe use a helmet or something, you know. So.
Question.
Yes?
You start telling us about the old rusted materials.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Rusted materials. Let me tell you what Dr. Bernard, thank you. I just totally forgot what happened a few seconds ago. How is that possible? Now he says if you have like a cast iron pan, if you're using materials to cook at home that have rust, that can rust, you really need to be careful and use it properly. Make sure that it's not, because of that you can consume too much iron from it when it starts to peel off and everything. And then you end up getting more iron than what your body needs. Then your body will not be able to clear that out. So that affects your brain. That's what I wanted to say, and I will listen to him.
The way around the first is like if you put iron outside, it will further dust.
Mm-hmm.
So the same effect too much iron has in your body is also oxidized.
Oxidize, yes.
So it's an excess of oxidized material in your bloodstream.
That's what happens. We may think that it doesn't matter, but it's really. I was also very surprised that actually iron can come into our body in that way. If it is toxics, smoking, drug abuse, then we need to stop. I know that we don't smoke, we don't use drugs, but we may be using maybe other kind of good drugs like painkillers and all those things. Yeah, unnecessarily, then we need to stop. If it's mental illness like depression and PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder that comes due to being exposed to trauma. Yeah. And there's stress, then you need to eat omega-3s, you need to eat saffron, you need to relax, you need to read, play games and meditate. I didn't say yoga.
Yeah.
Meditation doesn't mean that you have to do yoga. Yeah, we don't do yoga. Even though there are some Adventist institutions that do yoga, we don't promote yoga.
Yeah, for others.
Yeah. To meditate, but we still can meditate, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what. Who in the Bible meditated so much?
Meditate on the word of God.
Who?
Isaac.
Isaac meditated? I didn't know that. Maybe he did. What I know is about David. David was one depressed guy sometimes.
He was depressed, let's be honest.
He was depressed, yes. But he always found comfort in God, in meditating and acknowledging his state, you know. Actually, that's the first thing to being cured. yes, I'm sick, I need help. If you don't acknowledge that you need help, then that's not going to work. If it is immunity infections like Lyme disease, etc., then you need to take vitamin D and turmeric. And if it is caused by diabetes, obesity, then you need to change your diet, you need to eliminate sugar, and you need to... something is missing. I must have been tired. You need to... Oh, okay. Oh, fast. No. You need to fast. Yes, you need to avoid. You change your diet. Yes, you need. I thought I was going to say fast food, but it's about fasting.
Yes.
My weakness. I don't like. I don't like fasting. But
It's good to do because this whole week I was busy with fasting.
that's very good.
Yeah.
Fasting is good. If it's caused by sleep problems like insomnia, sleep apnea, what we have for the nugget today, then we need to get quality sleep. Not only quality sleep for one day, but it has to be consistently. I have to pity myself in this condition. I have problems with that.
Also, a tip for like your sleep problems. We live in a technology world. Having screen time before sleep, I noticed that if I'm on my phone before bed, it takes like an hour or so. Usually if I don't be on my phone, I just sleep within seconds. But if you're on your phone constantly, it does something to your brain that you can't fall asleep right away.
I know. Sometimes we know we have to put it down, but we still don't.
Yeah.
What is it though?
We're addicted, that's the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Moldy nose. Did you know that moldy nose can damage your brain?
But what is, I think mold, oh okay.
Mold, not keeping clean your nose, yeah? Mold. Then the dirt and everything will start molding in your nose.
Oh.
And of course, you need to keep your home free from mold and all those things, because all of this causes nasal congestions and problems like that. And if that is the case, then you need to keep free from mold and free from fungus.
No cheese.
From your eyes, from your house, from your nose, all those things. And oral health. Then you need to brush and floss. High blood pressure. Then you need to eliminate processed food and carbohydrates. And if it is a hormone problem, you need to avoid sugar. Don't ask me how to explain that. Actually, there is another reason to this that I found out, another intervention. It says hormone replacement, but I took it out of it because I have zero knowledge about what it is. But they say that. I don't know what it is. And poor nutrition can cause it, so you have to optimize nutrients, especially B6, B12, folate, vitamin C, vitamin D, and antioxidants.
Sorry, Sister Siren. I didn't get it right here. Point number 15.
15.
13.
High blood sugar.
Yeah. The intervention.
The intervention of high blood sugar is to eliminate processed food and carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates.
Hans, can you explain?
Eliminate carbohydrate.
Potatoes, pasta, rice.
Because it raises the blood level in your blood when you eat those things,
Whole
right?
grains are better.
But to reduce it, the carbohydrate is essential in your body.
It is essential, but depends, because we're talking about reasons for damage. Okay, maybe the word eliminate, you mean?
But
You have to eliminate processed foods.
Yeah,
And
but
be
not
careful.
carbohydrates.
No, the eliminate is with processed food.
Okay.
These are like bullet points, yeah? These are like just points. What you need to eliminate is the processed food. Carbohydrates is just, I wrote it separately because you need to be careful with carbohydrate if you have high blood sugar in your blood. Okay, that's what it is. In the same way, like for example here it says optimize nutrients, yeah? There it stops. But if you have a high vitamin C level in your blood and you optimize it more than you need, it's not good also. Yeah? Yeah. And what is it?
Yes, carbohydrates you have to eliminate when your blood sugar is high. Because
Yeah.
carbohydrates
Actually, yes.
of sugar, the starch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like pasta, white rice. Yeah, they when you add more sugar into
Yeah.
Yes.
it can
Thank
cause
you.
diabetes.
Yes.
Of course.
Carbohydrates are the easiest to be digested and it happens in your mouth already. So they give a very quick release of energy. That's why sporters use that, because they get their energy. But if you have a normal life or a very quiet life, then
You
you
don't
take
need
too
much.
much of it and it turns into sugar in your blood and
Yeah.
you get high blood sugar.
So instead of eating white pasta, brown
Exactly.
pasta?
No, because I just wanted to add that we have carbs. The original carbs are not bad, but they turn into processed when you have white sugar, white rice. Those things are what causes what everyone is saying, sugar to come into your system. So if you have problem with diabetes and high blood sugar,
You have to
you
get rid of
should
it, yes.
get rid of it.
Yeah, Brother Peter, is it answered? So in some cases you have to eliminate it.
Yeah.
Who knows, in some cases you have to eat more of it, medically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think in practice what I see is that for the people who are working physically or working,
You need any
they
You
need
need.
carbohydrates.
That is why there are reasons, different reasons, and it does not apply for, not everything applies for one person. You understand? Depending on what is the reason for your brain damage,
Yeah.
we're talking about, and then what kind of intervention that we should take. Okay, I'm almost done with this. What then do we do? What's the best solution as Seventh-day Adventists to have this lifestyle that is going to promote a healthy brain?
New start.
New start, that's what it is. New start. The reason why I made this colorful is because it is said that when the food that you eat has to be colorful. If you struggle with what to eat, what shall we do, how am I going to get enough nutrients and all those things, make sure you are eating different colors every day. That way, then you get the nutrition that you need. So New Start, we know what it is. I'm not going to go into it. It all applies for a healthy brain. Yeah? Everything we discussed is here, actually. Everything is here. Everything, even with trust God, because of depression. Those kind of mental conditions, trusting God. Everything is here. If we follow this, we are actually blessed to have this knowledge, this education, yeah? So New Start is the way to prevent and reverse Alzheimer's disease, or sometimes referred to as by researchers, type 3 diabetes. So there's not, okay. Okay, now maintaining happy, healthy, and good life has another ingredient, and this is happy relationships. That promotes healthy brain too. Because when you have good relationships with your family, with your friends, church, what happens is that we create good memories. And then we look back, keeping our brain active. Okay, that good relationship protects our brain. It does, because when we're lonely, when we are, how do you put it, isolated, then it's not good for our brain health. Okay, Ministry of Healing, page 241, paragraph 1 says, the relaxation that exists between the relation, that exists between the mind and the body is very intimate. When one is affected, the other sympathizes. The condition of the mind affects the health to a far greater degree than many realize. Many of the diseases from which men suffer are the result of mental depression. Grief, anxiety, discontent, remorse, guilt, distrust, all tend to break down the life forces and to invite decay and death. And another, on paragraph 3, it says, courage, hope, faith, sympathy, love, promote health and prolong life. A contented mind, a cheerful spirit is health to the body and strength to the soul. A merry, rejoicing heart doth good like medicine. And that is for our presentation. Now, I have something for you. I'm gonna collect it later on, but here, can you help me? 2 pieces of this has to be passed out to you. 2 pieces, yeah? 2 pages each for 1 person, like that. It's questions, it's a quiz of what we learned now. We're gonna test our memory. And this is in While doing that, I'm gonna continue here for time's sake, yeah? Here I have things for you. Food, brain foods. How is that? Looks good, yeah?
Let me wash my hands, please.
Yes. I am also going to wash my hands. No cheating. Phones away. Please, no cheating. Answer the questions. No cheating. No genuine cheating also. Okay? It doesn't mean that we have Alzheimer's, huh? If we don't remember to answer. Okay? It's just for the fun of it. And for the education of it. I am advantaged than you, but if someone else did the presentation and I had to do the question, I would also be a little bit, what? What is happening?
Thank you.
But in the meantime, while you are filling in those questions, also while you are filling in these questions, I want you to think in, not like, I want you to take this seriously. Me too. It's not only you, also me. We need to educate our families and our friends about this disease. Really, we need to. It's actually scary. Yeah? One day you look in the mirror and you don't know who that person is. Do you want to be like that?
No.
No. Do you want your friend's family to be like that? No. Okay. I want you to think of that. Yes. So what we have here, me and Sister Shamika are going to do some juicing and smoothie. That's what we do. And shall I give you something?
Boil it before.
It's fresh.
That's the best.
Almost done? We're done? So, there's something I want to share with you cautiously. This is Celtic salt. Yeah? Or is this pronounced Celtic? Celtic. Celtic salt. Everyone knows what it is? Who knows this? Who does not know Celtic salt? No? You don't know.
I can't play ignorant. I don't know what you're saying.
This is a type of salt that comes from a sea.
Okay.
From France, I think. France, yeah. And this one is mixed with algae. So that's why the color is like this. So the dark ones are like that.
Okay.
Who knows Barbara O'Neill? She talks a lot about this salt. So go and refer to her for the benefits and what it is. At home we use this sometimes. We use the Himalayan salt, Himalayan pink salt. This is very healthy, okay? One thing that I good for the nerves also. So, one good food. Pumpkin seeds. You know this. It's a brain food. I'm not going to say much about these things because I want you to go search yourself, yeah? Limezad, linseed, flaxseed, very healthy. A source of fibers and omegas.
Yes.
Also chia seeds.
Yes.
Nuts, also a source of omegas, protein, so on and on. Yes? Now, coming back to I will do that one last. The best brain food is blueberries.
Yeah.
Blueberries. They are expensive, but they are very good. And the blueberry, it's about the color. that it has. And again, I want you to go search it, okay? What is so special about the color of blueberries? It works for grapes, for the dark olives. It's about their colors. They're very healthy. Blueberry, brain food. Avocado, the healthiest fat you can consume. It's the healthiest fat you can eat. Spinach, greeny leaves. Very good. It has iron, it has protein, it has a lot of things. We think the protein is only in nuts or flesh. No, it has. Dates, very good. Also a sweetener. Beets, very good. What you see here are all brain food, except bananas. I don't know about this one yet. Potassium. All nutrients are good for our brain, right? When it's healthy for our body, our brain is happy. Yeah? But when you make smoothies, bananas are always great. Yes. Lemons. Are lemons antioxidants? Yes. And we have this, linseed has antioxidants. Where is Hans? No? Okay, it's omega. Okay. This one has antioxidants.
In order to preserve them, you should consume it together with sesame oil because it's very high
in vitamin E. Sesame is very high in vitamin E. So, and the nice thing about sesame is you can cook with it. Did you know that sometimes you can buy linseed in the supermarket crushed? Never buy them.
Don't buy it.
Never buy them. They're already oxidized. You should eat linseed as a whole or crush it and consume it immediately. That's what you need to do.
Put them in the fridge, in the bottle.
No.
Don't buy
it. It oxidizes.
According
It
to
loses
O'Neill, she said that.
Change to free radicals.
Yeah, if you put it in a bottle and put in the fridge, you remain the same.
Yeah, but it's not the best, I think. Not the best.
Yeah,
You don't cook with linseed oil. It's supposed to be eaten cold. Any oil that is in a dark glass, don't cook with it.
Yeah.
Every oil that is in a dark glass, supposed to eat it cold.
Even olive oil.
Huh? Even olive oil. Even olive oil. Yes.
Yeah.
You want to cook with olive oil, you have to find the one that is not that is in a clear glass.
Yeah.
Don't cook or put it at the end of your cooking when you're done. That's it. Now, cautiously.
Yes, the olive oil, it can be cooked, but the fire is very, very low, just to warm it, but not to, because it will oxidize.
Yeah. Okay. That means it's cancerous. So we have to take this seriously. This is an oil called MCT oil. Do you know this?
I've seen it, but I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is. Who knows what this is? MCT oil. It can be taken from other oils too. This is coconut. This is taken from coconut oil. Pure coconut oil. It's very expensive. This bottle is 20 euros. Don't cook with it, even though it's not in a dark glass, because on a very high heat it can become bad. But what I want to say is, you can't use it daily. Please read about it, okay? I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to tell you to use this. Read about it. Talk about it. There was a lady, her husband was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and she gave him coconut MCT oil derived from coconut. It can come from palm and other oils, other sources. She gave it to her husband every day. This man totally became an Alzheimer's patient, yeah? 7 teaspoons, and he started recovering. He started functioning, yes. This is very good for those people that have Alzheimer's. If you know anyone, as a nutritional supplement, to use this oil.
And every day you have to use it?
That's what she did. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking cautiously. Read about it. Get knowledge about it. I'm not saying go home and start, No, but it's good. It's good. Because anything can be bad, right? A lot of water can drown,
Yeah.
Right. It's in that way.
Where you got my
I bought this from a health store. There you can buy it. MCT.
But I think I've seen
It stands for medium chain triglyceride, something like that. Huh? Yes. Oh, it's a good oil. The same like olive oil is also very good for the brain. Yeah. Okay.
For salad.
This?
Yeah.
Yes, but maybe not every day. You know? Maybe not every day. Because it can cause diarrhea and other things. So you have to know how to use it. If you don't know or you're not interested, you can leave it out. Okay? It's just awareness. There is something called MCT oil. Try to know about it. Okay? Now let's go to the fun part. Let's juice, let's drink.
Yes.
And let's
Mary.
Yes. That's it. Isabella, Anthony, Justin, can you come forward and serve nuts? Nuts are good for your brains, right? That's what we're gonna do. Let them clear. And me and Sister Shamika are going to make some smoothie and juice that we can eat and we can drink here. Okay. Nice.
You want to bring that?
Thank you very much. Ready? And what about you? Are you taking yours?
Thank you. So who wants to drink beetroot juice, carrot juice, spinach and kale? Oh, I forgot. Kale. Who knows kale?
I know kale.
I know kale.
I
Who knows kale? Burakol is to go for green leafy vegetable when it comes to brain health. Burakol, 8 mar, field. Burakol is very good, very, very good. Burakol. And like so many other foods, you know, we have to balance. That's why it's called balanced diet. Huh? Burakol? Now we're gonna drink smoothie.
Okay.
But that's to get the best nutrition. But to be honest, not so many people like it. But you can stir fry it, you can boil it, you can steam it, you can eat it in salad, in soup. It's lekker. Okay, let's juice, yeah?
If they don't like it, I will make the sopropo juice for them.
I'll do it. Mama. So we're gonna put a little bit of banana and with almond oil. Nuts are good, right?
No. Don't put a lot, Shamika. No. Turn it
Those
off.
things we are not small. Cut them a little bit.
And you don't put this inside before.
I think I forgot
You don't put
something.
inside before you turn it on.
Hans, we're missing we didn't bring it's not gonna work. No, a part is missing. Yeah. Forgot to put in the grinder.
Imagine it's beach.
Will you forgive us? No, what?
How can I forgive you? No, I can't have it.
No, but we can have it as a smoothie.
No?
Yes?
Use it.
No, you don't.
Oh, this is terrible.
Smoothie time.
But we can do it as a smoothie. Yeah? And
Smoothie time. Yeah.
by the way, juicing is very good, especially when someone is in a very critical condition. Do you know that? Because our blood immediately can use it. But smoothie is the best because you get all the fibers too.
Yeah.
So let's go. Health plus, Sister Dorothy. Health plus.
I can forgive you for that.
blueberry drink. Who wants blueberry? You need to come forward. We can. You need to come.
Taste and see that the Lord is good.
Yeah, is anyone interested in eating carrots with the pills, with all the vitamins? Come, feel free.
Me.
Nice. I will make it up to everyone.
You said two, right? Oh, yeah.
You can see. Do it again.
Yeah?
Yeah. So do it again.
First we try everything and we see how it feels and if it's a good one or... Isabella, can you record one?
Hello, feed the banana. Since you are making smoothie, blueberry, banana,
Yeah.
and
It's washed very well. And you can be honest if you don't like it, say
it's healthy.
I was about to ask but it's sent in the group, I assume, but I'll ask Let everyone get and a date.
Night.
This is a popular one.
Be careful with your clothes.
You don't have to be careful.
It's actually fair. Anybody?
Okay, let's make more of this one. Jamaica, this was beets with what? Beets, carrot, lemon, and a date.
Many beets, carrots,
Lemon, and date.
beets, carrot.
Really? Have you done? Yes, of course, beets, carrots, lemon, and dates.
Look at the applause for my young Tiki. Amen. Go ahead, boy.
Benefits?
Amen.
You guys want more of this one? Oh, no. Okay, whoever. I want some more.
I'm told you need to keep your own cup. You have to mix it if you don't want it.
Beets, carrots, lemon. Blueberry. And dates.
Please feel free to come forward, yeah, and say what you want. Because I have it's not building.
Even though beets by itself is already a sweet. It makes
That's why you put this is just like
I'm gonna put water, but I forgot to say beets, carrots, and ginger.
I have also, but
I do have
works in seconds, but I forgot the blade. I took it out for not, to. But this is nice.
I will love to have the camera.
Kale. The thing is, yeah. I have water. Do you want ginger? Yeah. Yes, it's good. Because everyone liked it, so.
Come with your cups, please. Yes, you need to do this quickly for time's sake.
cheers, $1 too.
Yeah, well, I will. Yes. Wait. Yeah, this is a big one.
I love you.
I'll take it.
I would like to get it. You don't get it back.
Exactly. Because I think these are
I can walk with ginger for myself today,
Wait.
but I'll clean it.
Yeah, and the juice, the other one first.
Let me clean it.
now it's good for the sick people.
Yes, also not because you need this.